those function rules, I want you to be aware it seems hard, but it's not. So look right here. We have a function. We just finished talking about functions. That means there is only one x value for every one y value. There's no repeat x's. Generally, our equations are going to be functions. Okay, now, so if I said, what if I had told you not given the function, what if I said given the equation? How do we usually write equations? What do they start with? Look around the room. What do you notice on that scavenger hunt? What do they start with? All of the equations. Y. So guess what? F of x is just a fancy way of saying y. So now it looks nice and neat, doesn't it? So f of x, this is pronounced, let me move it down here. So this is f of x, right? Of means times, right? So when we write f parentheses x, we're saying f times x. F of x means that y is a function of x. Y is our input. When we plug that in, a number for our x, we get an output or a y value. Okay? So this is just a fancy way of saying plug in the number and solve. We did that in 6th grade, if you were with me in 6th grade. Evaluate. So I want you to look right here. What is the value of f of 2? Well, guys, look right here. If I wrote f of x, what do you notice about the negative 2? What do you notice about it? What spot is it in? It is in the same spot as x. So what this is saying, f of negative 2 is the same as saying x equals negative 2. You see that? So we're going to take and we're going to put negative 2 in place of x. 3 times negative 2 plus 4 parentheses negative 2 plus 1. And we're going to solve it for y. So what is 3 times negative 2? Negative 6 plus 4 times, what's 2 minus 1? Or 2 plus 1, negative 2 plus 1. Negative 1. So I have negative 6 minus 4. What do I get? Negative 6 and a negative 4 is what? Negative 10. So what this is saying is that when we have f of negative 2, we get negative 10. So let's translate to what that means. When we graph an equation like this, which we'll get to, that means that negative 2, negative 10 is a coordinate on this line. That's all it's saying. It says that when you put in negative 2, you get out negative 10. Okay, Maddie?
So I feel like I'm wrong, but wouldn't it be 4 times negative 2?
Well, you can distribute, but I went ahead and simplified inside. You can say negative 8 plus 4, which is,
Okay.
So either way. Okay?
Just a little slow.
All right, so let's try another one. As we do more, they're going to start to make sense. Look at this one. This one's set up differently. What did we say f of x means? It means y. So this is just a fancy way of saying y is 39. So we're going to put that 39 here. And now we need to solve for x. Well, how do we solve for x? What do we need to do first? We got to distribute. So I have 39 equals 3x plus 4x plus 4. What does step 2 say? Collect like terms. Thank you. So I have 39 equals 7x plus 4. Now what? Inverse, add, subtract. Not quite, but okay. Now inverse multiplied by 5. So x is 5. So that means that on this same line that has negative 2, negative 10, we also have 5, 39. Okay, so when y is 39, x is 10. Okay. Questions? All right, you are going to put a star next to number 2 because it is exactly the same, and I want you to try that tonight so we can look at it tomorrow. Okay, let's look at number 3. Okay, number 3. Are we good on the front? Okay. Now, oh look. Now it is a coordinate. Look at this. Remember, our coordinates go x, y, right? So this is saying x is 10. Guys, this is another way to write f of 10. It is the same thing. Do you see that? So we're going to put 10 in place of x. Y equals 5 times 10 plus 4 times 10 minus 6. 50 plus 40 minus 6. Y equals, anybody? Anybody? Bueller? 84. Good. So our coordinate would be 10, 84. Yes?
Big graph, they go all the way to 84.
Yeah, well, it's infinite. Well, we won't worry about that. We just need to know how to do it. All right, so look right here. Now we need x and we have y. So how would they write this? They would write f of x equals 12 because f of x represents what? It represents y. So it's just a different way to write it. So now we have 12 equals 5x plus 4x minus 6. Collect like terms. Undo the add subtract. Undo the multiply divide. X equals 2. So my coordinate is 2 and 12. Yes? So it's just solving equations, which you've been doing for years. We're just writing it in what we call function notation. Just writing it in a different way. All right, I want you to try number 4. Notice it's already in a table. Right, we could even write here f of x so we know. All right, yes, sir.
Why is it f?
Because y is a function of x. All right, last one I want to look at with you real quick. Domain and range. This was in your vocabulary yesterday on your foldy right here. Domain is what? X or y? So this is another way of saying x. And we need to find y. So look, if I wanted to write it in function notation, I would write f of -1, meaning f of x. X is -1. And where we see the x, we're going to put in -1. If I have 3 domains, how many ranges do I normally have, you think? 3. So you are going to solve this, and you will write your answer here. What if x is 0? So if I have f of 0, now I have half of 0 plus 2 times 0 minus a half. See what you get. If I have 1, I have f of 1. I ran out of room down there, so if you write smaller than me, it'll fit all the way across. F times, so 1/2 times 1 plus 2 times 1 minus 1/2. So you need to simplify those and you need to write your ranges. And that is what we're going to look at tomorrow. So I need you to finish number 5. I need you to do number 4 and number 2. This is a try assignment. I want to see how you do before we move forward. Does anyone have any questions? All right, let's see what we can do.